Hi everyone, I'm Ron Canner and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. We shared with you earlier how in 1948 the Arabs cut off Jerusalem from supplies. When Jewish forces took the high ground at Castel, they broke the siege. However, further west on the same Tel Aviv-Jerusalem road, the Arab forces, now with British commanders, took the road at Latrun, about halfway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Despite many attempts, the newly formed Israeli Defense Forces could not retake Latrun and open this road. Jerusalem was slowly starving. Amos Chorev was an Israeli commander. He went to his officer, Yitzhak Rabin, and told him how he longed to see his wife and baby in Tel Aviv. It had been so long that he had forgotten what they looked like. At that time, Israel controlled Latrun, so Rabin gave him permission to leave and he went to Tel Aviv. But on May 19th, 5 days after independence, Latrun was taken by the Arab armies and Chorev could not get back. After several days and several failed attempts, he met with Israel's first general, American Mickey Marcus. He told Marcus of a trail through the mountains that began before Latrun and would take them all the way to Shoresh, 20 kilometers from Jerusalem. Marcus was intrigued. The next day they inspected the path. By the way, we're standing on it. General Marcus said to Chorev, "Okay, Amos, get yourself a couple of boys and try to make it across those hills in a jeep. If you get through in one piece, maybe we all can." The path was treacherous. One wrong move and death awaited them below. The last stretch was the most dangerous, a 400-foot drop down a steep rocky hill. The soldiers with him said it was impossible. Chorev would not hear of it. Inch by inch, they navigated their jeeps until they hit the road. The company commander who greeted them exclaimed, "My God, this is a miracle!" Chorev radioed back to General Marcus, who gave the development of the path top priority. They called it the Burma Road. The next day, 10 jeeps full of supplies made the trek to Jerusalem, and all but one reached the destination. The IDF was overjoyed. They would continue to send jeeps and even soldiers carrying supplies by hand, but the mission was to quickly pave the road so large convoys could pass. One of the commanders questioned if it could be done. Marcus replied, "We made it across the Red Sea, didn't we?" Now understand, they were doing this under the noses of their enemy. The Arabs had no idea that the siege was being broken. The main Israeli labor union, the famous Histadrut, called for an army of workers to come help with the project, and hundreds responded. Finally, it was time to test the new Burma Road. A jeep was sent as tensions ran high. When he arrived at the 400-foot descent, he made it, and then a taxi after him after almost plummeting into the abyss. They had done it. Jerusalem would be saved. The Burma Road was ready. When Gleb Pasha, the British leader of the Jordanian forces, heard what the Jews were doing, he was too spread out to do anything about it. He assumed that they wouldn't succeed. But when June 11th came along, less than 2 weeks after they started the project, a truce went into effect. Had Israel not broken the siege, Jerusalem would have fallen. The Jews would have been forced to leave as they would have had no way of getting food or water. But because of the Burma Road, West Jerusalem was saved. Yes, the old city was lost, but at least Israel controlled the new city. Nearly 20 years later, when Jordan attacked Israel, the old city and East Jerusalem were recovered as well. But without the Burma Road, we would not have been close enough to respond so quickly. Today, the Burma Road is a tourist site and a memorial that Israelis trek by car, bike, and foot every weekend. Make sure to visit God.tv so you never miss an episode.